Our very first promo is a really fun Full House episode, and I think at a good time as well, because the previous episode was a little bit, not so much negative, but it wasn't very jolly. But this one is tremendous fun. This is the 12th episode of the first season, directed by Richard Correll, and Danny comes home and tells everybody that they're going to be making a promo to advertise his program. And obviously, everybody's very excited about being on television. And I'll talk more about that in a moment. But I was really pleased that we get Kimmy in this. Kimmy is in, I think, the opening scene. And she's also in it later on, though she doesn't have any lines later on. But Kimmy becomes more of a prominent character over the seasons. But I really love her. I think she's fantastic. Andrea Barber is amazing. And I'm really pleased that she was in this. We then hear a weird noise that the girls think is, and I quote, a monster in the garage. And then I thought, how can that be? Joey moved into the garage like 2 or 3 episodes ago. So that's a bit of an oversight because the garage is once again a garage and not Joey's bedroom. I didn't pay attention to whether or not his stuff was back in the living room in this episode, but I'm not entirely sure what's going on there. But I'm going to just move on from that. I won't say what the strange noise was, but I didn't work out what it was, and I thought it was pretty interesting. A bit of weird padding. I don't think they necessarily needed that aspect for the episode to be interesting, but it was fine. But the main episode focuses on Ronnie, who comes over to direct this promo, and she makes some very interesting decisions. I have to say, she puts DJ and Stephanie in some beautiful clothes. They look different, but it is a beautiful costume design. And the dog I thought was brilliant, and the version of Michelle that Ronnie decided on was so peculiar. I'd forgotten. I've seen Full House before, but I'd completely forgotten about that, and it really took me by surprise. And it was certainly very interesting. And the message there ultimately being that it's better to have a family you love than to have a fake family, which is what Ronnie was trying to present. She had a certain image that she wanted Danny's family to have, and Danny's family didn't have that image, but Danny's family is his family, and he's proud of his family for who they are, not for who Ronnie thinks they should be. And I thought that was a really lovely message, very well done, and a really enjoyable episode. I had a lot of fun with it. We also get a lot of shots where most or all of the cast are on screen at one time, and that rarely happens. And that's both when we see the promo being aired and also in the living room when they're watching it, and Kimmy was there as well. And I think it's just so lovely to have everybody on screen at once. There's also a really moving bit where Danny is speaking to the camera and DJ and Stephanie are sitting at a table in their bedroom and they're all looking at the camera, and it's so sweet. Especially with, what happened with Bob Saget recently. It's very emotional, really moving, and really a true celebration of loving your family for who they are rather than trying to create this false image of perfection or somebody else's idea of perfection. Really, really fun episode. There wasn't really anything in this that was negative or upsetting or, just a little bit depressive, whereas the previous 2 episodes definitely had quite heavier moments. This one is pretty much on top the whole time, and I really thoroughly enjoyed it.